Hey guys, it's Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with this makeup tutorial, but this isn't just any makeup tutorial. This is a makeup tutorial using my monthly favorites. I started doing this last month and you guys seem to really like it, so I brought it back for this month. So if you want to see how to get this makeup look using all of our monthly favorites, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Alrighty, so we are gonna go ahead and get started with these monthly favorites. These or these? The first thing that I have to show you is actually not a makeup item, but it is something that I do every other night. I love this mask. I usually wear this mask whenever I do a heavy makeup. This is the mask that I follow it up with. This is the Teamy Detox Mask. It has matcha, lemongrass, and it is a clay mask. This smells so citrusy, so yummy and delicious, and it gets into your pores and it just removes all of the dirt, all of the gunk that's in there. I love this mask. I usually go in with this mask on the days that I really cake on the makeup. Right after, I follow it up with this detox mask because it really gets in there and it just detoxifies my skin and it cleans it and makes it ready for another makeup application the next day. So love this mask, definitely recommend it. Pretty sure I have a discount code with them. I'll leave it down in the description. This video is not sponsored. I do get a small commission if you guys buy the mask, but if you don't want to use my code, don't use my code, just buy it for yourselves. It's really good. You're gonna love it. So I actually have a new moisturizer that I want to talk to you guys about. This is the Ren Evercalm Global Protection Day Cream. I have been using this ever since I got it and I do really like it. It's so creamy, it's so moisturizing. I love it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on the back of my flat brush and I'm just going to apply this all over my skin. I don't really have a favorite brow product for this month because I have been using the same thing. I have been using the Hourglass one. I do really like it, but I'm not like totally obsessed and in love with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly do my brows and then I'll be right back to start on the eyes. Moving on to eyeshadow, I went back and forth into what palette I wanted to use. I'm gonna use the Kylie Summer palette. I truly have been using this palette the most this month. This is a palette that ever since I got it, which it wasn't early in the month, it was later on in the month, I have been using it non-stop. I've been really trying to play with it, play with the mattes, and see how I like it. I said in the video that I'm not too crazy about the shimmers, and that still does stand. I'm not like obsessed with the shimmers, but I do really like the matte shades. So we're gonna go ahead and use that for today's video. I'm gonna go into the shade Aquaholic, and I am going to use this shade in my crease. And this is going to be my transition shade. So I'm going to put this in my crease from inner corner to the outer corner and blending it up towards the brow bone. I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go into the shade right next to it. And this one is called Blazing. It's just a little bit darker than that first shade. And I am again going to put this in my crease, but keeping the color just a tiny bit lower than that first shade, and bringing it in towards the inner corner slightly. Next, I'm gonna go in to the shade Suns Out, Buns Out, which is that really dark burgundy brown shade. It's kind of like a purpley brown. And I am going to take this and I am going to place it first in the outer corner and then slightly blend it upwards towards that crease. I'm keeping this color really nice and low in that crease area. With whatever is left on the brush, I am turning my brush to the side and blending upwards and in. I'm not adding any product, I am just blending that product into the crease. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more of Blazing, and I am just going to make sure that that crease is really nice and blended. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Bikini Mama, which is a super dark, rich brown shade. I am going to spray my brush with some makeup spray just to make the shadow really nice and metallic. Then I am going to apply this all over my entire lid. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of Suns Out, Buns Out, that dark brown shade, and I'm gonna make sure that the crease is nice and blended in between that shimmery brown and the crease colors. I'm gonna take the tiniest bit of this bronzy shade and I'm gonna take it with my finger and I'm just going to apply it to the center just to add a little pop. I'm gonna go in with the makeup wipe and I'm just gonna wipe off all of this fallout. Moving on to the skin. So for primer this month, the primer that I have been loving has been the Cover FX Blurring Primer. This primer blurs everything and it makes your skin look baby soft. Like, it's so good. I take very little of it and I'm only gonna focus this on the areas where I have some pores. And I'll take it a little bit up towards the cheekbone because that is where I tend to also get just a little bit of texture. So for foundation this month, I actually went back to one of my ultimate favorite foundations and it is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I am in the shade Punjab. Love the coverage that it gives me. It's such a lightweight foundation, but it covers everything and it gives my skin the most healthy glow ever. Now this shade is a little bit light for me at the moment. My bottle is disgusting. This shade is a little bit light for me at the moment because I have been getting some sun. I'm a little tan. So we're just going to try to make it work. First, going to go in and apply it with a brush and I'm just going to stipple this on to the skin. Now that I have a nice layer of the foundation on with the brush, I'm going to take whatever is left on my beauty sponge and I'm just gonna blend this into the skin, and this is just going to help to add just a tiny bit more coverage. Not that this foundation needs it honestly, but it's also going to help blend away any harshness that the brush may have left behind, like any brush strokes, all of that. Moving on to concealer, I think you guys already know what concealer I have been obsessed with this month, and it has been the Kylie concealers. I use two different shades. I use the shade Ivory and the shade Gypsum. Ivory has more of a yellow neutral undertone, whereas Gypsum is definitely a little bit more pink. So I like to use Gypsum just to really highlight the face and kind of bring everything together. So I first go in with the shade Ivory. I apply this under the eyes, so right here under the eyes. Just gonna go back in with my beauty sponge and just blend this into the skin. Now I go in with the highlight shade, which is Gypsum, and I apply on the chin, Cupid's bow, down the bridge of the nose, and in the forehead. And I'm just gonna go back in with that beauty sponge and blend it out. So let's go ahead and set the under eyes. I'm in love with this powder. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Brightening Powder in the shade Petal, and this is what I have been using to set my under eyes and also to brighten up my under eyes. And I am just going to take this powder and set the under eyes. I also like to make sure to get the apple of the cheek with this powder because it just fills in all of the pores and makes them, like, it just blurs the pores. I am going to use my favorite contour shade at the moment, and this is the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpt Powder in Medium. I have been obsessed with this little contour book. It's my favorite. I love the bronzer, love the contour shade, love the highlight shade. It's awesome. Definitely been my top products of the month. I'm going to take a little bit in an angled kind of brush like this, and I'm just going to slightly contour the sides of my nose. And then you can go back in with some of that powder, the translucent powder, kind of re-bake your nose. So while that kind of bakes, let's go ahead and finish the under eyes. I'm going to go into this gold shade from the palette, and I'm going to put this in my brow bone as my brow bone highlight. And I'm also going to put a little bit right here in the inner corner of the eyes. The lower lashes, I'm going to go ahead and take a mixture of these first two shades, and I am just going to apply this. And then I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush and that dark purpley brown shade, and I'm going to apply this to my lash line. I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of this orangey shade right here, this shade, and I am going to just smoke this out in the lower lashes. I am just now going to wipe off that baking that we have and also wipe off the fallout. Line my waterline using a brown pencil. This is the one by Aiko, and it has been one of my favorites lately because it's really dark. It almost looks black, but when you really look at it, it's like a brown and it has a little bit of shimmer in there, and I love it. So I'm just going to very lightly apply to my lash line. Bronzer, I'm going to go back in with that Kevyn Aucoin palette, and I'm going to take the shade Desert Nights, and I am going to use this to bronze the skin. For blush, I have become obsessed with this Kevyn Aucoin blush in Capri. I love it so much. I usually stay in the middle because it's more pinky there, but it's so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and top off the excess, smile, and apply it to the apple of the cheek. So pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit more of translucent powder, and I'm just gonna clean up the contour area. I'm not gonna let that sit for too long, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my skin a nice little spritz. While that kind of dries, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in some lashes. I have been loving the OG lashes in the style Siren. I love how wispy they are and how like glam. So I'm gonna go ahead and really quickly pop these on, and then we'll be right back to finish the rest of the makeup look. I took a little bit of a black liner and I kind of drew in a line where my lash line is, because for some reason the lashes, you could tell where they would start. I think it's because I've used them so much. So yeah, I had to just go in and draw in a little bit of a liner to the top lash line. So anyways, moving on to highlight, I'm going in with ColourPop's Double Down Highlight. This has been my go-to highlight this month. I love it so much. It's so pretty. I'm first going to take a little bit on the tip of the nose. So right here. Look at that. It's so pretty. And then a little bit right here, like at the arch where the nose kind of bends. I'm also going to take a little bit and apply it on the Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply this to the tops of the cheekbones as my highlight. Oh, it's so pretty. Alrighty, so moving on to the lips. I think you guys already know what my lip combo is going to be because I have been wearing it non-stop. I'm going to take Kylie Cosmetics lip pencil in Coconut. Then I'm going to take her lipstick in the shade Nova. I have been obsessed with this lipstick shade. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. And I'm going to top it off with her gloss in Literally. And I'm only going to put this in the center as well. Add some more makeup spray. Alrighty guys, so this is the completed look. This is everything using my favorites for the month. Honestly, I don't even know how I pulled through with this video because whatever could go wrong literally went wrong. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one, and don't forget to share it with your family, friends, loved ones, and everybody here on the internet. It's really easy. All you have to do is click on share, like, and subscribe. So that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you very, very soon with a brand new video. Mwah.